It's really amazing me. But I can tell you this, and I can tell you what he's preempting. Come Thursday, I assure you, James March, you'll see a lot of borrowing from the Azimio manifesto. That's why it took them 1 month. After the Azimio manifesto was released, they now started running around that how can we justify what we will release on Thursday. In fact, one of their think tanks, immediately our manifesto was released, said that we had copycatted them. And then he was asked, but where is your document that they copycatted? I'm telling you, you can call us again next week.
I'll be happy to do that.
You will see a lot of borrowing, a twisting of words here, a placement of figures as if the manifesto is a budgetary statement. I'm telling you, call us again.
I have a question.
Yeah. I think we commend the professor for the imagination he shows here. I mean, what's really to copy about the manifesto for Azimio? I mean, I don't think there's anything that's worth copying.
But to be fair, we've not seen it's going to be released on Thursday.
But I'm just projecting, considering how poor it is. I don't think someone should copy it.
James, you have even asked him, what is the difference between devolution and bottom-up? Has he really told you what bottom-up is?
Yes,
it's just a slogan.
No,
it's
not. It's two different levels of government. It's two different levels of government.
That's devolution.
Listen to me.
That's devolution. That's not bottom-up.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Both are, I mean, the devolved unit and the national government are two levels of government anchored in the Constitution. And I have said, and I will repeat for your benefit, that devolution addresses one level. The bottom-up comes from the national government and addresses the peculiar needs of certain sectors of society through programs made at the national level. If you can't get that, you won't get anything.
Let me educate senior counsel a little bit.
And the public, we're here to exchange information. Yes.
You see, what he's talking about, you have either a centralized government or a decentralized government. When you have a decentralized government, you can have either a federal system, the way you have in the United States or Germany, or you can have a devolved system, the way you have in South Africa or Kenya. Or you can have, within a centralized system, deconcentration, which means either privatization is down there, or you have programs such as District Focus for Rural Development that Kenya had. And therefore, what they're saying is not new, because Kenya, when it got independence, started with a semi-federal system of government, what we normally call Majimbo, whereby you had the central government and you had the regional governments, which was done away with by the Jomo Kenyatta regime, and we reverted to the centralized system. Subsequently, the centralized system started asking itself, how do you develop in such a manner that the whole country is developing together? Several policies came thereafter, like the basic needs approach, which was like making sure that everybody has food, has shelter, has clothing. Subsequently, the district focus for rural development that was led by Nyachai, in which you are placing development at the district level. And now we have devolution, in which we have the national government, county government. Yeah. And remember, the same constitution says that other than having the county government, you can decentralize to the lowest level, which means from the county government, you can go to the ward level. It's already there. What they're saying is not new. I'm telling you.
I think he's completely missing it. And
let's clarify this.
No. Let me explain it.
Yeah.
He's talking about structures, taking a historic snapshot of many years back. Bottom up is not about structures. Bottom up is about programs, and I'm saying it for the third time. It's about programs by national governments.
Example?
listen.
Example?
Just listen. Is programs by national governments, for example, whether it is, you know, on certain issues, whether it is...
Which issues?
Whether it's, for example, financing of certain sectors, but implemented at devolved units, not programs of... It's independent of the programs of devolved units that target certain people within the devolved units. So that is the essence of it. It's a complete dichotomy.
Have you even heard what he has said? Does it even make sense?
So we have to make sense for the public.
No. Listen to me. I think the prof is, you know, trying to waste a lot of time on this historical evolution of certain forms of governments that are completely irrelevant to the issues we are discussing in terms of what the bottom-up entails.
So how do we fix this? How do we fix this?
Let me just ask him, because he's really repeated bottom-up nearly throughout. Let me give an example of what the Deputy President has kept on saying. Hawa mama mboga, hawa watu wa boda boda, hawa watu wenye wako chini, tutaweka, mara it is 100 billion, mara it is 50 billion, you can go to the clips. Let me ask him, where will you put that money? As we have said, that we will put it, for example, 6,000 in people's pocket. We have said that we will give recognition of prior learning. You, that 50 billion or 100 billion, what will you put it to?
What does it mean? What will you put it to?
You can't just throw the money there. It must go to some function.
So
what is he saying?
Let me understand. So let's go to, I mean, the question of the economy and distinction between what both sides actually are arguing and promising is an important thing for this election, gentlemen. On the one hand, the question on bottom-up and how the money gets to the people is a fair question, is it not?
Absolutely.
Yes. So how will, say, the Mamamboga, so let's take one sector, the Mamboga, how will they get access to their money? The 50 billion, 100 billion, whatever it is that is big.
You mean in terms of the mechanism that will take it from the central government?
Yes.
I mean, that's for the central government. You're concerned about the mechanism that delivers the money to Mamamboga?
No, but you have said it will be invested there. How?
This is the prof question, yes.
Assume, for example, there is County X.
Okay.
We have the, I mean, if you listen to the Prime Minister today, he said from the National Center for Statistics, we have how many people are below the poverty line. The government has all this data in every county on how many people live below poverty line or how many people do what kind of business they do. So it is for the Treasury, once they budget this 50 or 100 million or 50 million, to create a mechanism that channels, whether it is through, for example, like I think there's some money that's channeled through NSSF. There's money that's channeled. It's for the government, you know, to create the mechanism. Yes. And that is not rocket science. How to disburse money from the center to the people you are trying to impact their lives.
And the intention here is that going through the devolution, the devolved system way, will not achieve the same.
No. It's completely different from that. It's a national government program, not a devolved government's program.
You see, yes, Matt, what he's not telling you...
I want to move from this to the next topic.
What he's not telling you, and I think you have really been asking, will this 50 billion, let's assume, as he says, that the government has the statistics, will it go directly to Mamamboga's pocket? Will it go to creating a market? Will it be a loan? He said that we don't have a how. Let him tell us how.
Those are fine details. Do you think... Look, I mean, those are fine details. I mean, there are bureaucrats and technical people who will address those issues.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay.